man okay. But what I see is that the away goalless draw. I mean, Ibom Angels Eka Geniro. I quite don't say government and Indian ball. It reward more matter motivating more. Remember, okay, you are good as your last game. So until I think it was a fair one for them. To play goalless away from home, then returning to the Joseph Stadium. I think I had more advantageous for them. I think if they get 1 point away, then I can even see it. I think 3 points a year I do same money. I've seen Ibomenja Sikbeneke. It is your 9 on Vela 9 forward. Okay, Murray coming out to this season. There are no names there like Joyce or Dick and the likes of Wami and Uchendo and also Angelina. So those names, Edo, so this is the time for them to show their quality in Ibom Angels. So a good one for them.
All right,
but let them come back and pick the 3 points.
Well, beyond the gesture which was done by the State Commissioner for Sports, Elder Paul Bassi, I mean, shouldn't we be having something systemic or systematic, however you want to put it, where teams get to be rewarded based on match day bonuses and the match day bonuses improved? We should be having this doling out cash here and there. I mean, last time we saw a state governor give an opposing team money. Yeah, I remember that. I think that was against Enyimba, one of those teams in the NPFL just before. It's within this season, the first few weeks of the season, gave the home team money, gave the visiting team money as well. It must have been either when Oyo State government hosted the Falconets, yes, the opponents of the Falconets in Ibadan. I remember that money was given to the Falconets in dollars, and then the opposing team was also given money. So this thing about doling out money, shouldn't it be more systematic, where teams, where they perform, maybe get a win, you get a certain percentage, a draw, a loss, you don't get anything, rather than just, doling out cash and it's just the start of the season?
I mean, that's the best thing to do. That's the global practice seen as in the Europe and the America. But here in Nigeria, we've already seen match bonuses scandal, even in the Super Eagles team, even in the Falcons, even to the under 17 boys. So
you think the commissioners prefer to give the money to the players?
I feel it's because it's a government team, it's a state-owned team, and the way things are done is quite different from a privately owned club. And this kind of incentive just come maybe once in a while from the government. We heard it, it was mentioned that they showed the experience of their RISE agenda and all that, and you knew it was just kind of from the government and not just a scheduled payment or like a match bonus kind of money. So that was in the situation right there. But going forward, I do feel that they should adapt a kind of a systematic approach to it, yet and kind of schedule the amounts that players receive after each game. And I do feel that's the way to go forward.
Alright, talking about Ibom Angels, well, they will take on Pace Setter Queens on match day 2, which is on Wednesday, and that will be at the Uyo Township Stadium. Moving on from Nigeria Women's Football League, let's go talk about the Nigeria National League. Well, some of the results are in the matches. 2 matches were played yesterday. Sporting Supreme played out a 1-0 draw against Stormers, and Sporting Supreme actually a goalless draw against Gombe United. Sporting Lagos played a 1-0 draw against Stormers. So Sporting Lagos of Lagos, Sporting Supreme of Abuja. Some of the fixtures to expect later this week will be later today. We'll have Abakaliki play Solution FC, Adamawa play Kebbi United, Basira play Sokoto SCT FC of Abuja play Kada Warriors, Crown FC play Abia Comets. All of this at 3 p.m. Doma United, ABS at 3, Gateway United host Hotline, Jigawa Golden Stars play Yobe Desert Stars, who should play First Bank. Beyond Limits will play Smart City, Inter Lagos play Sunshine Stars, Ekiti United who host Aqua United. Well, we saw a footage of them arriving in Ekiti via Ibom Air yesterday. That should have been in Lagos, then a road trip to Ekiti. Then Gosala Babio hosts Rovers FC of Calabar, and of course then we'll see Mighty Jets away to Lobby Stars, Ranchers Bees against Beachy Fest also at 3 p.m. Are we expecting an away win for Aqua United in match day 3?
I don't feel it's going to be very difficult for the promise keepers to keep up the pace of going away and getting all 3 points at Ekiti. It's going to be not going to.
Why
be
is it about the quality of the team, or is it about the away? How do I put it now? The away
it's just because of the
win
nature
syndrome.
of the league. Yeah, it's just because of the nature of the league. Because going away to Ekiti United they already had 5 to 6 days to prepare for this fixture, and I think we went there Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah,
They arrived yesterday
Yes.
by a flight, so
Yes,
it's not like they were on the road.
of course, yeah, and that's an added advantage. But I do feel that Ekiti United has an advantage over Akwa United in this particular fixture. Take nothing from Akwa United, 2 wins out of 2, but going to Ekiti is never an easy task. Although Ekiti United lost their last game to Rovers FC, they'll be hoping to bounce back against the Promise Keepers. But all hope on the Promise Keepers to make us proud.
Well, talking about the Promise Keepers, Ephraim, Akwa United are somewhere around second place in their group. That's Group B, yes, behind Sporting Lagos. Sporting Lagos has 7 points from 3 matches, and Akwa United have 6 from 2. So they stand a chance of actually topping the group if they get to win against away to Ekiti United later tomorrow.
And when you compare Sporting Lagos and Akwa United, I think Akwa United will have the edge over Sporting Lagos when it comes to who is going to top the Group B. Akwa United, you are as good as your last games. When you look at Akwa United last 2 games, they were very good, and the way Paul Ofo brings in his tactics and his philosophy into Akwa United, the players just gel into the team, and now they are making impact in the NNL. And when you look at, I am very impressed about a certain Yannick Monegbe making the job.
I think he's a Beninois, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but what I know is that Yannick is performing very well.
He's blowing your mind already.
Yes, he's making the job easy for Charles Etam. Now competition over that position, because the way Akwa United have been playing, they are playing more like a inverted number 2 and a defensive midfield play from there. But what I'm seeing is that Akwa United, the team, the momentum is there, the mojo is there. Man, we win match. That is what is very good for a team to go forward. Keep winning. Win game after game. Could go carry what the NNL already. No, don't do that. But keep winning games after game. Akwa United, they won the last 2 games in Uyo, which is very good for them. And now traveling 519 kilometers from Uyo to Ekiti, playing close to Ekiti United is a good one, because Mauda will say you've got 6 points already, and then Paul Ofo, the last training session Paul Ofo had with the boss, you can see that Paul Ofo was very curious to impart a lot to this team, and the players are ready to receive this impartation from Paul Ofo. So going away, I do not panic. I think Akwa United, at least they will grab 1 point, if not winning. But I believe that Akwa United will win. Just back my word, they will bring back 3 points.
Well, the best we can do is wish them all the luck, maximum 3 points, and wish them the best as they will be away to Ekiti United right there in Ekiti State. Moving on from the NNL, let's go talk about the NPFL, the Nigeria Premier Football League. There's action in match day 15 in the NPFL, and as we seen 2 fixtures already underway today. Bendel Insurance at the Samuel Ogbamejo Stadium play host to Wiki Torres, and Bendel are already 1-0 up against Wiki Torres, and that should be the goal was scored in the 16th minute. We'll get the name of the scorer in a bit. Another fixture far away in Niger State will be Niger Tornadoes playing host to Remo Stars, and once again after 26 minutes Remo Stars are a goal behind Niger Tornadoes, and the Tornadoes, well, it looks like Clinton Jefter has found his scoring boot once again for the team. He has put the team ahead after 16 minutes as well. Well, actually scored in the 2nd minute. Clinton Jefter putting Niger Tornadoes ahead in the 2nd minute, ahead against Remo Stars. Is this a season just like Liverpool are unraveling in the EPFL? Is this a season where the defending champions of the NPFL get to be torn apart? I mean, it all started with the preliminary round of the CAF Champions League being blown away by Mamelodi Sundowns, and now we're seeing them losing back to back. They got their first win in about 5 matches just 2 weeks ago, and now they are already on the losing end.
When I talk about inconsistency in the NPFL, this is what I'm talking about. I win one for lose. I win one for lose. It does not speak well about the Nigeria Premier Football League. When we are talking about a league, we should have a powerhouse. These are the names that dominates the league. That will really help us when we go to the continent, and when we are in the league. This team, they are the powerhouse. Let us also compete with them. So I think that's a result in the KK. If only let us see consistency in the league, because look at Amano reflects CAF Champions League match at Rivers United. They gave the game, but look at what happened.
Well, we'll definitely get to that.
Okay, but you can see that. So when we are talking about the NPFL is now diminishing. The value is now dropping. So in the KK, I do not see the beauty of the league.
How are we supposed to attract investors if we're having this kind of inconsistencies? We're having abysmal performances and outings by teams who get to represent the country on the continental stage. I mean, you already know Bendo Insurance, you know about Remo Stars, you know about Enquiry United, you know about Abia Warriors. Maybe some people have the opinion that Ikorodu City should have gone to the CAF Confederations Cup. Perhaps they would have done something different. Well, talking about Ikorodu City, they will be hosting Abia Warriors tomorrow at 4. Barao FC play Kwara United at 4. Bayelsa play host to Samson at the Samson Siasia Stadium. The host Katsina United at 4. Eyimba, record time champions, will host Rangers International in another Oriental Derby at 4. And who's to say Rangers might not win away from home? I mean, Eyimba have had their issues. And speaking of Eyimba, we hear that Coach Deji Ayeni has been appointed as the coach to take over from Stanley Goma for 1 year. Former coach of Crown FC, former coach of Aqua United. Well, he resumed duties yesterday. According to reports we had, was that he was present in their last training session. Do you think anything is going to change after this? Should be their third coach in the space of a year. Who did Stanley Goma replace?
No.
Stanley Goma replaced somebody at Eyimba recently. Not Olarin Waju. Couldn't have been Olarin Waju. Stanley Goma, we will definitely get to that, because Olarin Waju had left before the end of last season, and Eyimba had a coach that took them to the end of the season. And then before Stanley Goma came in the off season. Yes. Stanley Goma came in the off season, and that transfer was completed, and now we're seeing a new coach in the space. So let's just put it in the space of 2 years. Eyimba have had 3 coaches, and what's to say that Deji Ayeni is going to perform wonders at the club after match day 15? Well, Eyimba at the position where they are in the table, currently 14th, and that is 18 points after 14 matches. Other clubs, well, we'll see Kwara United, talking about the next set of fixtures. We'll also see Kwara United. Yes, Kwara United are away to Barao FC tomorrow. We'll see Caterpillars. They're supposed to be playing Rivers United at the Dokia Messi Amaka Stadium, but that fixture has been postponed because they were supposed to play Rivers United. And speaking of Rivers United, I mean, when many people saw that they had taken the lead against Renaissance Sportive Barkhane of Morocco yesterday, I don't know, when you saw that they were leading Barkhane, did you feel impressed? Did you feel like it was going to end, or they were going to score more or concede?
I mean, yeah, just as every Nigerian out there yesterday, I was really excited for the first goal. At least they drew the first blood at the Gosley Pabio International Stadium, and of course, and that was the perfect way to start the game. They held on the first half, perfect play. Second half, I don't understand what happened up till now. I mean, conceding 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes in a crucial Champions League fixture at home is just, I mean, there are no excuses for that. That just shows their inexperience in this competition, and it's really sad.
Eben doesn't understand what happened yesterday. Ahead of that fixture, the coach, Finidi George, talked tough, said he identified the mistakes they made against Pyramids FC in Egypt. I'm trying to remember the stadium they play in. Should be the Cairo International Stadium. That's where Pyramids FC play in. And, well, he said they identified their mistakes and they were going to correct it, after saying that the players suffered some lapse of concentration in the match against Pyramids FC. So what do you call what happened yesterday towards the end of the match?
When we talk about the Rivers United and coach Finidi George, I think prior to this game, even before they went to Egypt to play against the Pyramids, he was talking about improvement in striking department, scoring more goals than your opponent. But it reflects say
27 goals in 30 matches.
Yes, because when you're talking about continental football, you need to score more goals. You don't know how the North Africans will just run riot against your team in a twinkle of an eye, taking on the. So what you need to do is that just try and contain them. Maybe eventually just start rattling. Just
how long does just contain, just share the sports? How long does that hold up? I mean, you're in the Champions League and you should be in there to win.
I mean, some of these players, they need to take up the responsibility. It's not just Finidi George at this moment. What was Finidi George supposed to do in the 95th minute? I mean, 94 minutes in that game, it was still 1-0 Rivers United. What would Finidi George do to hold on to a 1-0 lead? You just 3 minutes to
Finidi George. You are playing in your Gosle Babio Stadium. Yeah. You need you need all your players to just pack the bus and win. Okay, immediately Bakane they score the first goal. You need not to write off the fact that they are champions. They are the current. Not the current.
They are the champions of the CAF Confederation
Cup. Yeah. So you are playing against
that counts for something.
Yes, a football champion. A champion, they will always force you and win you. So even the Lions, with red eye, immediately for score more. You are even getting to more. So immediately for score more, you should have your plan B. Remember your plan B always win game. Thank God that you have a Champions League lover, Ubon Friday, because Ubon Friday my Champions League they have been scoring. Even they face United's Champions League goal. Ubon Friday scored, and now even this season they face Rivers United to score a goal in the Champions League. I saw the Ubon Friday. When Ubon Friday is there, I'm asking Golo Miema, why not call Pereski? Call Oguntayo, call these players. Osimaga, bring Osimaga now that you needed Osimaga the most. Been a Yedi, Bob midfield me, Bob Forum, Bobby the Memi. Just seal the win or seal the draw, because these teams they are champion. RS Bekin, you need to respect them. Look at NYAKNNO. You cannot score one goal and then you still go out and play against Bekin. To track back and defend your goal.
I mean, what if it was a case of not being able to execute the coach's plan? I mean, they held on for the first half, they held on for the second half. I mean, come on, you had to see the last goal.
Yes, Rivers United have been known for holding opponents.
Yeah.
They faced 45 minutes in Egypt. They held Pyramids for 45 minutes. I was still goal, but eventually Nzegetepe they still conceded 3 goals.
So you think they buckle under pressure easily?
Exactly.
Or towards the end of the match.
Yes, I can also bring in a Richel's situation into this. Super Eagles of Nigeria might drain out. But what happened? They tried to contain the Congo, drag them to take a penalty. Rivers United, that is when your plan B come in. When your plan A, Akero for you win the game because you are a back for. I may score a first goal. Then even you need not go out again. Just defend. These people. One thing is that these people they do RS Bekin. RS Bekin.
Talking about Rivers United, their next fixture is on the 23rd of January, and that's going to be the third round of fixtures. And they will be. Everybody knows that. I mean, you already know they will be away to Power Dynamos of Zambia, and Power Dynamos play host to what do you call them now? Pyramids FC of Egypt. And that's later today. When I say later today, it's in a matter of 20 minutes from now. Zambia, Power Dynamos of Zambia play host to Pyramids FC of Egypt. Well, let's look at some of the other results. Yesterday, JS Kabylie of Algeria played a goalless draw against Young Africans of Tanzania. Mamelodi Sundowns goalless against MC Alger of Algeria. Al Ahly goalless against FAR Rabat, 1-1 draw rather against FAR Rabat of Morocco. Those are the 4 fixtures played yesterday. Let's look at what to expect later today outside the one between Power Dynamos and Pyramids. Petro Atletico of Angola will play Esperance of Tunisia. 5 p.m. is the time, and then that was the fixture, an earlier fixture sent to Loyal Lupopo of DR Congo and Al Hilal Omdurman of Sudan. We'll get the results to you later. Start Malen of Mali, host Simba of Tanzania later today. Well, that deflected into the fixtures of the NPFL. Look where Rivers United took us all the way to. Well, Shooting Stars, back to the fixtures of the NPFL. Shooting Stars play host to El Kanemi Warriors at 4. Warrior Wolves will play Nasara United tomorrow also at 4. And there will be a scheduled round 13 fixture involving Roma Stars and against Shooting Stars in the Southwest Derby. And it will be on the 3rd, which is on Wednesday. Moving on from the Niger Premier Football League, let's go talk about the latest allegations leveled against the Nigeria Football Federation by the former Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum. Well, he has questioned the NFF over $960,000, approximately 1.45 billion naira, allegedly received from FIFA in October 2022 for preparations ahead of the 2023 Women's World Cup. Well, Waldrum alleged in a viral video that despite receiving the funds, the NFF failed to arrange adequate pre-tournament camping for the team and dismissed the team's participation in the friendly tournament in Japan as inadequate and stressful. Now, we're here according to the NFF Secretary General Mohammed Sanusi. He came out to say that they have started looking into how to pay the unpaid bonuses and allowances of the Super Falcons dating back to the Paris Olympics in 2024. Why should we keep having these issues? Unpaid allowances, unpaid bonuses. If this happens to the top teams, the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons, who's to say that the Flying Eagles, the Golden Eagles, the Flamingos and the Falconets are not suffering?
I mean, it's really embarrassing to have this kind of news in 2025 in Nigeria. I mean, for how long are we going to have these issues come up again, year after year, and tournament after tournament? I mean, for a coach like Randy Waldrum, a well-known coach in world football, especially in women's football, and to say this against the Nigerian sports committee, that they withheld such a huge amount of money. And I mean, it's just really embarrassing to hear of these kind of stories, because I mean, like, just imagine what he said. He said that he was supposed to go there with scouts.
Yeah. I was just gonna take that up with
a team of 22 people.
Technical crew, yeah.
But like ended up going there with 11 people. I mean, it's
and
just,
he was doing the scouting job himself.
How do you expect Nigeria to perform well in this kind of tournament? Why is the information coming now? I mean, what will Randy Waldrum gain from scandaling Nigeria? So it's just really sad.
I take you back to a question I've asked on the show some time back. Are you sure we're not satisfied with our current state of football, national team and club football in this country?
What can I say? We are not satisfied.
You were sure about that?
Yeah, we are not satisfied because
or maybe you're speaking like a passionate fan.
Everything, a passionate fan, an analyst, and everything. When we talk about football in Nigeria, gradually, we have seen decay in Nigeria football. Look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to qualify for the FIFA World Cup for back-to-back editions. When you talk about Super Falcons, the last friendly they played, look at where they were camping. At your 88, and now we are struggling. Even the under 17s of Gabriel may conclude Nigeria under 20 and all those glory in the past. That shows that there is a deterioration in Nigeria football. But when we talk about this, it doesn't mean that Munsiba Ikpen and Tineke Mibara Moreba, but in the American Waldrum Award editor. Remember, Waldrum a lack of resources. I'm going to because this support here accompanies but even despite that, all thanks to the talent taking in NYAKNNO Super Falcons, because World War might be in what a place in Morocco, Eki Kananya Doke semi-final, then get a place Zambia might make it Canyon. But after that, in the young, I don't know that this singing in show the Super Falcons, because we've got loads of talents there. But when we talk about football in Nigeria,
well, we'll talk about more depths to another team right after this break. Please stay tuned. Kwara United. Glad to know you're still there listening to Sports Mega Rave this Saturday afternoon on Memories 96.5 FM. Time is 4:47 on the clock, and it's time to let you in on the show. We've talked a lot about Nigerian football. Talked about club football, talked about Ibom Angels, Aqua United, the Nigerian National League, the Nigeria Premier Football League, and the ongoing bonus and allowance roll between some national teams and the Nigeria Football Federation. Well, the latest involves the team that won the President Federation Cup. Well, initially before the competition started, we heard there was no sponsor, and then the president himself stepped in and sponsored that particular tournament. And now, 5 months after, Kwara United, who won the 2025 President Federation Cup, we hear the NFF is yet to disburse the 50 million naira prize money promised to the champions after they secured the men's title on the 28th of June, defeating second tier Abakaliki FC 4-3 on penalties at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena. 0803 085 7755 0809 066 6909. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, yes, welcome to the show. Okay, call us back if you can. 0803 085 7755 0809 066 6909. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Memories FM.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Samuel.
Well, no, he's not here. He has gone to settle a case in the
My name
village.
is Samuel Kuran. I'm calling all the way from my local government area, aka Alama.
Go right ahead.
And let me start with the Chelsea match against Arsenal.
Well, we're talking Nigerian football. Samuel, hold on. We're talking Nigerian football now. When, well, of course, we'll cross over to the other side of 5 o'clock. We'll talk about European football. So it's better to be patriotic.
Okay. Let me talk about Rivers United.
Absolutely.
Against,
Fire on.
RCB, the game that they played yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know why they score. Even though the goal was is it home goal, they first scored the goal. But why did you go and concede? They 2 goals. It was very, very bad for them. It was very, very bad. All of us here were supporting them for them to go on and win those people. But they come and fall off. Well, I just wish them all the best in their next match. And for even Angel, I just wish them all the best. And for you see, Enquiry United, even Godway and Bayo FC, just want them to come up and play good football so that they will come back to this Nigerian Premier Football League. And for our Super Falcons, when we say NFF don't give them, don't prepare their friendly match, and the WAFCON is next year. And those people are angry. They don't play any friendly match, and they're still owing those people. I think, in fact, all NFF should go out. They should sack all of them. And I just wish Super Falcon and Super Eagles all the best.
Thank you.
And I wish them all the best. Thank you for
Thank you, Sammy. Yes, Sammy, you can call back on the other side of 5. We will definitely accommodate your thoughts on European football. Talking about the NFF, well, the former president, Amaju Pinnick, he has claimed that some Nigerians actively hoped for the Super Eagles to miss out on qualifying for the World Cup. Well, according to him, Nigerians have been hoping and praying that the Super Eagles didn't qualify, and now looks like their prayers were answered, so that the current president Ibrahim Gusau will be out of the NFF. And that coming from the former president, how do you see such a comment? Well, let's take this call, Ephraim. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, wonderful guys. Good afternoon, wonderful sports analyst.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, sports apostle, very specially.
Good afternoon, especially too.
My apostle. Happy weekend to you guys. Well done. My name is Godwin from Enquiry.
Go ahead.
Even just to say that I saw yesterday you were so unique. Your yesterday answer, I really admire.
Thank you so much.
I wish your sister a fruitful marriage.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, back to remain I was so sad yesterday. After learning that the Rivers United were not performing, when I heard that they scored of Morocco, I was excited. I just prayed that they maintain the scoreline at least 1-0. They're so sad that in a space of 2 minutes, 90 plus, whether 4 or 5, 2, or 90 plus 5 and 6, they continued 2 goals. So that was too bad. Rivers United, that was too bad. I wasn't very happy. In fact, if I maintain the truth, I was unable to sleep well because of that match. You see, the coach needs to work on that thing really.
Right.
That was not really the Rivers United that I knew some time ago. And for Enquiry United, I want to say that I'm impressed about what I'm hearing about the team, letting that they are making progress. I mean, they keep fit. Thank you.
Thank you, Godwin. We appreciate your thoughts. Well, keep the calls coming just before the time for the 5 p.m. news. 0803 085 7755 0809 066 6909. Talking about the Super Eagles, we have Victor James Seaman has returned to training, and his training with some performance analysts and physiotherapists ahead of the Istanbul Derby. I mean, I have lost count of the number of Istanbul derbies there are in the Turkish Super League. The Turkish Super League has about 18 teams.
Yeah.
And Istanbul alone has about 8 teams. There's Istanbul Başakşehir, there's Beşiktaş, there's Trabzonspor, there's Fenerbahce, there's Galatasaray. Just remind me of the other team.
I don't feel
Istanbul Sport.
Similar to what we have in
London. Yeah.
Almost every game is 4
So
so it's kind of the the
Well,
bigger city.
Kind
Yeah.
of football folk.
Definitely. They are forgiven. Well, let's go back to what the NFL president said, or maybe we should just leave that for another time. Talking about the coming AFCON, yes, battles between clubs and national teams seem to have already started when the AFCON is still about 22 days away from now. And I'm talking about Egypt battling Liverpool and Manchester City regarding King Mohammed Salah and Prince Omar Marmoush. Well, we
I
had
think Salah should be the favorite.
Salah, Pharaoh. Well, Pharaoh was a king,
Or Potiphar.
so you get it. If you don't get it, well, back to the clubs not wanting to release the players. We hear some of the players will be delayed, like Brian Mbeumo of Manchester United might just be delayed to be released for Cameroon, Amad Diallo, and all of that. Even if the competition has been approved by FIFA and is in FIFA's calendar, what do you make of that?
I mean, it's just a matter of understanding between both parties, the national teams and the clubs involved. We understand that most of these clubs they were over reliance on these African players, and they
Over reliance, I mean, if you're good, you're good.
Yeah, and they're just so important to the teams. Like for example, Manchester United right now, Amad Diallo and Brian Mbeumo right now, they're just the core of the team right now. And United will greatly miss them when they move for the AFCON. But at least if they can retain them for 2 extra weeks, as proposed, it will be a win-win situation for United. But also considering the national team, we saw what happened to Andrew Onana last time in the AFCON.
Yeah. Arrived the previous night, played the following day.
Really late, and it was kind of stressful for the national team because the cohesion wasn't just there. He didn't train with the team. I mean, weeks before, but of course, it's going to favor the clubs and not the national teams. But it's just a matter of understanding.
Well, we just have to apply the brakes right down to go for the news at 5. When we return, we'll cross the 7 seas and the 7 oceans to go talk about what's happening in Europe, starting with the English Premier League, where currently Manchester City are leading Leeds United at Etihad 2-0 at halftime. Goal is drawn between Brentford and Burnley at the GTEC Community Stadium at halftime. Sunderland losing to Bournemouth 2-1 after 45 minutes. It's still Sports Mega Rave right here on the station that is always memorable. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we're exhausted.
Yes.
second North London derby Arsenal will be involved in a week. We hear that Chelsea's player, called Jermaine Palmer, he is fit to face Arsenal, but I'm not sure he's going to be starting tomorrow after he fractured his toe when stubbing it on the door last week and subsequently missed the wins over Burnley and Barcelona. And of course, looking at the results of some of the matches played in round 13, match day 13 so far, after 63 minutes, it's still goalless at the GTEC Community Stadium between Brentford and Burnley. Manchester City leading Leeds United 2-1. Let's check out the scorers in that particular one. Well, Phil Foden opened the scoring in the first minute. That's almost equivalent to kickoff. And then Josko Vardiol in the 25th minute. Then Leeds United pull one back through Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who actually came on for Daniel James just 3 minutes before scoring in the restart, after the restart in the second half. Elsewhere at the Stadium of Lights, the 49,000 capacity stadium, Sunderland are playing host to Bournemouth, and it's 2-2 after 55 minutes. Bournemouth had taken a quick fire 2-0 lead in the 7th and 15th minute, and then Sunderland pulled one back in the 30th minute, and a minute after the restart, Bertrand Traore made it 2-2. So those are the updates coming from the English Premier League so far. Later today, we'll be seeing Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium playing host to Newcastle at 6:30. Preceding the big North London derby tomorrow, there's a London derby today, and it involves wait. London derby, not North London, because Chelsea are not in North London. Yeah, there's a London derby preceding the London derby tomorrow. Tottenham playing host to Fulham, the White Hart, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's at 9 p.m. So tomorrow we'll see Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park host Manchester United, who lost to a 10-man Everton on Monday. While the early kickoff tomorrow is at 1, Aston Villa hosts Wolves at 3:05. Nottingham Forest hosts Brighton at 3:05 at City Ground. West Ham hosts Liverpool, a faltering Liverpool at 3:05, and Chelsea play Arsenal at 5:30. Guys, looking ahead to some of these fixtures, let's talk about this Liverpool team for a bit. I mean, they did the reinforcement, and looks like reinforcing the team for the first time is not working.
I mean, if something is working, I don't
the most expensive player in British history is now on the bench, Florian Wirtz.
I mean, it's just
okay. No, he was overtaken by Alexander Isak. So.
Pure disaster for Liverpool. It's just a disaster season just after they won the English Premier League last season. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, if someone told them that they would be in this position,
9 losses in 12 matches.
I mean, it's just really, really bad for Liverpool right now, and they just don't know how to bounce
back.
back.
And then the losses are scandalous.
And there's one thing about losing: if you lose 1, you lose 2, you lose 3, you lose your confidence, and it's just gone in the Liverpool team. Even the like a player like Virgil van Dijk these days, he's putting his head down. He's putting his head down in the press. He's putting his head down in the game. He just doesn't carry that aura he did, 3 years ago, 4 years ago when he was in his peak. I mean, really, really high ranked in the Ballon d'Or, but now Virgil van Dijk is just losing it, and now all attention is now moving to Mohamed Salah. Players like Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, and the senior men, and now they're now pointing fingers at them, saying they're now fringe players, they're old players, and they're now washed. But I do feel it's kind of a matter of selling the right players at the wrong time. Liverpool FC, yes, they signed good players this season, but there are certain players that they should have let go. Likes of Javier Elliott. I know, of course, Diogo Jota sadly passed away, but those kind of players are the players, crux of the team. Not really the superstars, the kind of player, but these are the players that really grinded out results for Liverpool as a last season. Like Liverpool had bad games last season, but when these players came on, they now had a spark on them and really helped Liverpool last season. But this season, there is nothing like that. We only saw it in the first 4 or 5 games of Liverpool in the Premier League, and now they are now showing how vulnerable they are. I mean, losing to United, losing to Chelsea. I mean, they have lost literally to all of their opponents, and it's just like just last week they lost in the Champions League.
So the
4 goals to
PSV
1 to
end of it.
PSV. It was really, really embarrassing, and I, like at this point, I don't know where Liverpool got it wrong.
Well, Ephraim, Luis Diaz being sold to Bayern Munich, and he's definitely having the time of his life right there in Germany. And now Cody Gakpo has been the permanent, or well, starting left winger, deputized by Rio Gumoha, the 16-year-old. Well, this one will call him a Nigerian Englishman. And then the coach Arne Slot says he is going nowhere. I mean, he can't afford to leave the team at this period. We also hear reports that Liverpool do not sack a title-winning coach in the next season. So, is this the part where he gets to turn things around away to West Ham tomorrow at the London Stadium? Remember, West Ham have a Nuno Espirito Santo.
Apostle James said, "Count it all joy, King Idumus Mefin." Mona say, even a Paul Kumatanke officials that came, Idumon and Teddy open a fin. Matu Rodu Astem Boridem for Yafu and Yem Boridem Ketri. Adokidumo medicated to Guinea. Aya Abu Yofe. When you look at Liverpool, you almost memorizing. Right from last season, after the jamboree of clinching the Premier League, what happened? They lost one of their own, Diogo Jota, sadly. So when you know that Kamal lost on Liverpool side, and when you look at Ruben Diaz, I can consider him as the best South American player now, because he's doing absolutely very well, scoring from open play, even tight angle. Luis Diaz have been scoring goals, and he's very dazzling. Yes, so I consider him as the best South American player for now, until I worry I did prove me wrong. When you look at when Luis Diaz left Liverpool was doing very well, but his man wasn't there in Liverpool team again. Even Ubuse inspired Diogo Jota when Liverpool players were mourning Diogo Jota, paying last honor to Diogo Jota. I think Luis Diaz again it's Liverpool, but he wanted to join Bayern Munich so badly. But Yaba Miranda, I think Luis Diaz leaving the team affected Liverpool. He can't make up because Cody Gakpo originally is not a winger. When you talk about Cody Gakpo in a PSV Eindhoven is known for playing behind a striker, and also in the Netherlands team is playing behind striker. I think another problem for me, Mohamed Salah doesn't want to see that Mohamed Salah imi disong nam ko minti Salah mo gidogo the Ferun team mo gida kada gido. No, remember Mohamed Salah was there in the Premier League. A young can win double highest goal scorer and highest playmaker of the season, and also the best player of the season. He shouldn't be playing like this again because he's aging. Look at old aging players now.
Are you advocating for a big part role for him?
I think Mohamed Salah is still trying to.
He's just 32.
32. No, Salah is a winger. Umar said past time. Uto players ntro do masi young amasi figito amasi na mi pombo at 30, 31, 32. Adu Kamal Luton of him. So Mohamed Salah is also experiencing that. Look at the Nazar now. Look at Neymar dos Santos.
Maybe that's why see Ronaldo transition to a center.
Yes, that's why. Yes. Dada Bre score this goal. Look at Lionel Messi. Inama fan ko Dada and one to assist. Atra bolo Messi inama yam ko mo but Salah frame. Amam boso mam yas ni figito. No, that it been an am through. So come down. Even this season, look at him. How many take on Salah completed? He complete any take on Canada yet to complete. So Mohamed Salah Adugosido always the chief player for Liverpool. So it is affecting them because Salah is not there helping Liverpool. Because me, Virgil van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk, the young Liverpool fans and other football fans they say Virgil van Dijk for me. I do a kind of
careful what you say now.
Okay, my hands are up.
Alright, let's go talk about the big London Derby coming up tomorrow. We have one later tonight. Should we say Junior London Derby?
maybe this is the case of
Baby London Derby.
A case of John the Baptist. I prepared with
foreigners. Tottenham playing Fulham later tonight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 9, and then Chelsea hosting Arsenal. The last time Chelsea beat Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge was in August 2018, and that was a 3-2 win for Chelsea. And since then, it's been a loss, a draw, a loss, and all of that. Do you think things are about to change tomorrow, considering what Chelsea came up against Barcelona within the week, and Arsenal also showed class to be the first team to put a dent on Bayern Munich's record this season in all competitions? Talking about the Frank Beckenbauer Cup, the German Bundesliga, the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal were the first team, are the first team to put Bayern Munich through the sword, to the point that the coach Vincent Kompany wants a revenge. So let's talk about the London Derby tomorrow. Chelsea Arsenal. Is it going to end in another draw, or do you think Chelsea can step up and put behind quickly the win over Barcelona and not let it get to their head even?
I mean, this is the true test for Chelsea Football Club right now. As of last season, we heard Enzo Maresca saying, "Oh, we're not challenging for the title. We're not challenging for the title." But now, it is up to him if he wants to challenge for the title. It's right here before him. It is just like they can
to cut the points to 3 points.
This is like this Arsenal Football Club, the number one team in England right now that you're going to play.
And number one team in the Champions League.
That is your chance to place a statement, like a title challenging statement, to show that you are real title contenders. And tomorrow's game will be really, really tight. But of course, Arsenal are really in the front pole in this fixture, because they, like you've seen what they did earlier this season. I mean, like Arsenal played a number of minutes without conceding a shot on target. It is really, really like they are now the example of world football right now. Arsenal Football Club, they are playing very wonderful football. We heard Alexon say the other day that they are now, like, Arsenal Football Club are now the best team in world football right now. Although take nothing from Chelsea Football Club, they're the world champions, but Chelsea Football Club tomorrow will not have it easy against Arsenal Football Club. I give it to Arsenal Football Club because they have the experience, they have the form, they have everything they need to win this game tomorrow. But also Chelsea Football Club can make a statement tomorrow.
Well, Ephraim, talking about shutting out attackers, Arsenal were able to keep Harry Kane at bay for 90 minutes. Do you think they will be able to shut out Chelsea's attackers tomorrow? Particularly the fact that their defense has been rock solid and Chelsea's defense has been shaky. Although we saw a masterclass by Chelsea's defense against Barcelona within the week. I mean, are you expecting Arsenal's defense to buckle one more time and concede a goal within the space of 4 days?
When you talk about Arsenal team, I think this is London, and London is one of the largest city in the world in terms of population, and London is fragmented into different colors. We have the white Londoners, we have the red Londoners, blue Londoners. You can go ahead and mention those colors. But tomorrow, the blue and the red Londoners will meet at Arsenal and Chelsea. They have that down. I think lately Chelsea have begun to develop this confidence of keeping clean sheets. Look at Robert Sanchez. For the past 10 Chelsea's game, a clean sheet as all can 5. Okay, and you keep. And these errors are now minimized. At some point, they are minimized. And also, Wesley Fofana had already now. Chalobah is no more Chalobah that we used to know again. He's now a leader in the back line of Chelsea. And when you look at Marc Cucurella, how many wingers came Marc Cucurella had pocket season from last season? A pocket warranty to Puka, even that Cucurella era me can a Turkish and you don't want wingers.
If you check his pocket, you'll be finding wingers.
Back to Mohamed Salah, just the second best player in the world, Lamine Yamal Moroki. I think Chelsea's defense it grew in such a way that this confidence is now there. Not just Arsenal. It is very good now that these teams are now poised because they are in the same level. When you are, yes, they are in the same level. I can say that. And I will still say that again. They are in the same level because only 6 points are differentiate Arsenal here, Chelsea. And when you look at these teams now, they are now performing very well. Even how many goals can Arsenal? They have scored over 14, and Chelsea near 12. That shows that goal difference is more. clean sheet again more keep both teams in here eye for the league. And when you talk about Arsenal, may Arsenal give me the bottle this league. I mean, men like Arsenal give me this bottle this league. Yes, Arsenal give me some bottle this league. That's all by me. So when we talk about Arsenal and Chelsea game, I do kind of a game a game prep. Arsenal striker, who is that? Victor Gyökeres, is he returning?
No, he's not returning. We have not heard that he's gonna be fit enough to face Chelsea.
Okay, but again, okay, Arsenal, I'm going to Arsenal. Okay, imagine that, because that was the only chief player who will get Chelsea, Cole Palmer, but now he's going to return against Arsenal. Mauda will say, I'm out of all the Chelsea will missing Cole Palmer's effort in the team, but Chelsea will still playing very well. They were winning games. Only Sunderland's game. Chelsea again lose without Cole Palmer. Now imagine Chelsea survive without Cole Palmer. Now Cole Palmer is coming back in the London derby. Imagine how Chelsea would look like.
Well, speaking of Sunderland, there's been a goal at the Stadium of Light, and it is now Sunderland 3, Bournemouth 2. And the goal scored by the man they got from Ajax, the Dutchman Brian Robbe, scoring the 69th minute. And just a minute after, Lucas Mecha equalized for Leeds United away to Manchester City. So it's a 2-2 draw currently after 76 minutes at the Etihad. Manchester City 2, Leeds United 2, Sunderland 3, Bournemouth 2. Still goalless at the GT Community Stadium at 79 minutes between Brentford and Burnley. As we move from the English Premier League to go check out results from the Italian Serie A, the Spanish La Liga. Let's begin to take your calls now on 0823 085 7755 089 066 6909. Well, before we look at the results from the Spanish La Liga, let's get to take you with this particular call. Hello, good afternoon. You are live on air. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, call us back if you can. 0803 085 7755 089 066 6909. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Please speak up. Yes, we can hear you. Speak up.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Anne. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear now. Go on.
Okay, I want to talk about the game. My team, Chelsea, Arsenal. It's really a very tough one tomorrow. You know, Arsenal are ever ready to take out with the league this season. But I wish my team was the same. That's all I can say.
Well, we understand. That's all you can say. Thank you very much, Annie, because every Chelsea fan knows they are coming up against a team that knows how to score and how to defend. I mean, the other weekend, Eberechi Oluchi Eze got his first hat-trick, and he scored it for Arsenal against the team that wanted him first.
Yeah.
Football, throwing up dramas every other day.
I mean, before the game, the Tottenham Hotspur coach was asking the press that was interviewing him, who is Eze? I mean, now Eze has introduced himself. I am here. Here I am Eze.
Introduced himself
really
in a very massive way. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon once again.
Welcome. Godwin, go ahead.
Yeah, my only friend. It's going for example, I'm calling back. Guys, just to say something about the Premier League. The match that is going to take place between Chelsea and Arsenal come tomorrow Sunday. It's going to really be a tough match, a very big match. You see, I'm a sportsman that doesn't compromise. I always speak the truth. You see, football is beyond, it's not played in mouth. I tell you. Yeah, I don't need to say that my team, because you all know I'm the Blues, that my team will win. But one of the days when, champions will stay forever. No champion forever and super forever. Despite the fact that Arsenal has upper hand over Chelsea in the Premier League and other matches, but I want to say it's going to be tough. I don't know
how to be, the most is drug is.
All right.
As I think.
Thank you, Godwin. Thank you for coming through. Well, we are the results from the Spanish La Liga. 61 minutes in at the Spotify Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 2. Deportivo Alaves 1. Lamine Yamal equalized after Alaves has scored in the first minute of the encounter. And now we're seeing, of course, we saw Dani Olmo scoring in the 26th minute to make it 2-1. In the other fixture of the first fixture of the day, Mallorca held to a 2-2 draw by visiting Osasuna. Later today, we'll see Levante play host to Athletic Bilbao at 6:30. Atletico Madrid will play Real Oviedo at 9. Tomorrow, we'll see Real Sociedad at the Real Arena host Villarreal at 2 p.m. Sevilla hosts Real Betis at 4:15. Celta Vigo play Espanyol at 6:30. Girona play Real Madrid at 9. Rayo Vallecano play Valencia also at 9. And Real Madrid fumble against Girona tomorrow. The Catalonia club, they would have to settle for second position in the league. Let's talk about Akor Adams' performance at Sevilla so far. I mean, he has now been relegated to some second fiddle, even though maybe some of us think he deserves better. But the season is still young, and he has a chance to prove himself. Like when I just remember off the top of my head, Matteo Retegui was on the bench for Gianluca Scamacca at Atalanta, and then Scamacca went on long injury break, and then Retegui grabbed the chance with both hands and both feet and never looked back. Now he's playing in the Saudi professional league. Moving on from the, of course, Spanish La Liga to the Italian Serie A to check out some of the results of the matches that were played earlier today. Genoa, after parting ways with their coach, beating Hellas Verona by 2-1. Let's see if our very own Gift Bank was among the scorers. Well, he was substituted. Actually came on as a substitute in the 66th minute for, of course, in that encounter. So Genoa beats Hellas Verona 2-1. Elsewhere, we saw Udinese getting an away win to Parma by 2-0. Let's see if Maduka Okoye was among the players in the lineup. We're talking about Udinese. Maduka Okoye featured. Well, he featured from the start until the end of the fixture. Other results, other matches still will be played. Juventus at the Allianz Arena will host Cagliari at 6 p.m. AC Milan hosts Lazio at 8:45. Tomorrow, Lecce play host to Torino at 12:30 in the early kickoff. Pisa hosts Inter at 3. Atalanta play Fiorentina at 6. AS Roma play Napoli at 8:45. Same time, Bologna will host Cremonese. And moving on from the Italian Serie A to the German Bundesliga. German Bundesliga, let's look at the results of some of the matches played earlier today. Bayern Munich had defeated St. Pauli by 3-1. I remember saying, "Nobody who first go call police, the win case." I mean, St. Pauli, well, you get that Bayern Munich will give you hope sometimes, Allow me first score. Zabali opening scoring in the 6th minute, and then Rafael Guerrero equalizing in the 44th, and then the man they call Luis Diaz scoring in the 90+3, and Nicholas Jackson once again his second goal in the space of 4 days. Well, Jackson now has about 5 to 6 goals for Bayern Munich. Looks like his loan deal is gradually paying off. But talking about that clause of playing 14 matches for Bayern Munich, let's see if he can trigger that clause and make sure Bayern Munich pay the full amount. We'll be right back after this break.
I think Spain have got it right in all aspects of football, so that is why they are enjoying this glory.
Okay, back to the CAF Champions League. The fixture between Power Dynamos of Zambia and Pyramids of Egypt is still goalless, and it's halftime also at Petro Atletico of Angola playing host to Esperance of Tunisia. Let's check out what's happening in the CAF Confederations Cup. Currently, well, earlier today, Kaizer Chiefs of South Africa held to 1-0 draw by Zamalek of Egypt and Otoho Dioyo of Congo. Listen to this, guys. I'm sure you've never heard this name before. Otoho Dioyo of Congo. And I need to confirm which of the Congo it is. If it's DR Congo or actual Congo. Well, it's of the Republic of Congo. And guess who they beat? 4-1 Sierra Bolizidad of Algeria. So when we say teams should step up and get serious, this is what we mean. Otoho Dioyo beating Sierra Bolizidad 4-1 in the CAF Confederations Cup. Other fixtures will see Nairobi United later tomorrow play Maniema of DR Congo at 2. San Pedro of Ivory Coast will play Joliba of Mali at 5. Singida Black Stars of Tanzania will play Stellenbosch of South Africa. Last time Singida Black Stars played in the CAF Confederations Cup, well, the Super Eagles third choice goalkeeper was on the bench. And I'm just wondering why exactly Amasa Basogi will be playing in the Tanzanian league and will still be on the bench. I mean, these things are beyond explanation. The Super Eagles third choice goalkeeper plays in the Tanzanian league and he is a bench warmer. Well, let's see if there was any of the fixtures he featured from the start. The last time out, of course, they lost away to Singida Black Stars, and that's the fixture where he was on the bench. Yes, Amas Obasogie was on the bench in that fixture. Let's see if there was another fixture he actually featured from the start before we return to the English Premier League. I mean, these are the people that will make the AFCON squad in a matter of days. Let's also check out this particular one in the Tanzanian league. An away draw to Pamba. Well, he featured from the starting lineup in that particular one. Let's also see if he featured in another one, which was the CAF Confederations Cup as they played host to Flambeau de Center in the qualification stage of Burundi. Let's see if he was, well, we can't find the starting lineup in that particular one, so we'll just skip that. Well, the point is, if we're bringing players to join the ranks of the Super Eagles, it should be players who are currently playing in their league and not bench warmers. I remember telling you that the coach of Birmingham City has admonished Brighton Sayi Samuel to fight for his place. Well, I just checked the other fixture talking about Singida Black Stars. Obasogie was also in the starting lineup against Mashuja of Tanzania in the cup game. So, however it is, the Super Eagles 55-man provisional list, we're expecting a 30-man list to be released pretty soon, and then we'll be looking forward to the final list of players that will be going to the AFCON. Now it's full time at the GTEC Community Stadium. Brentford 3, Burnley 1. Manchester City scored the third goal against Leeds United, and it was scored by the man who scored the first goal, Phil Foden, assisted by Ryan Cherky in the 90+ first minute. While there's still time for Leeds United to equalize, or is there? 90+7, Manchester City 3, Leeds United 2, Sunderland 3, Bournemouth 2 is 90+2 at the Stadium of Light. And this is where the cookie crumbles. Guys, it's been a pleasure.